Spartans! What is your profession?
I'm not their echo, I'm my own sound. My roots in the earth, my head unbound. They whisper and judge, but I'm not their clay. I mold my tomorrow, I'm done with today. I walked away from their parade. Their words like stones that ricochet. They call me lost, but I am found on this quiet road where I'm unbound. I walked away through the quiet of the storm. Their voices loud, but my soul felt warm. They point their fingers, call me the stray, but I found my freedom when I walked away, yeah.
I walked away from their parade. Their words like stones that ricochet. They call me lost, but I am found on this quiet road where I'm unbound. I walked away through the quiet of the fray. Their voices loud, but my soul felt warm. They point their fingers, call me the stray, but I found my freedom when I walked away. They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
Their dreams aren't mine, they never fit. A puzzle forced, it just won't click. I see the world through my own eyes, not filtered through their scripted lies.
Their dreams were cages I couldn't call home. I saw a horizon where I could roam. They don't understand what they can't contain, but my path is my own through joy and pain. They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
Let them whisper, let them glare. I've grown strong in this thin air. The crowd may roar, but I won't bend. My road's my own until the end. They call me the outsider for chasing my flame. Their rules and their boxes I refuse to claim. I won't be a shadow, I'll carve my own way. They can't try to shame me, but I won't obey. They call me the outsider for chasing my flame. Their rules and their boxes I refuse to claim. I won't be a shadow, I'll carve my own way. They can't try to shame me, but I won't obey.
They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
So call me the outsider if that's what I'll be. I'd rather be lost if it means I'm free. Their maps are for them, I'll chart my own sea. I walked away, now I'm finally me.
Welcome back to another Thursday night episode of Software Explorations with your Shooty Tickle Druff, where we are engineered to win. Tonight, we are going to be getting into an exciting new software, Amazon Kiro. Yes, Amazon Kiro. It is the newest AI coding assistant brought to us by AWS, by Amazon. I'll be honest, right? I am not the biggest person on these AI-based IDEs. I have mixed feelings about them based on the ones that I have used. But I did premiere yesterday, test driving or testing out Amazon Kiro. There were some very promising things that I liked about it. As we get into the show, we'll see how it works. This, to be honest, this one might be Amazon Kiro is like the first one that I've used that's strictly based on as an IDE. I installed the plugin for Kilo, as we saw the other day. I have not used Cursor or GitHub Copilot. I have seen other people use it. I've used VS Code. I think it might be the way that I work, that I'm not the most craziest about it, but we shall see. We shall see. There were some really cool features that we went over yesterday for Amazon Kiro. We're going to try that out. I'm still trying to wrap my head around which project I want to use for this, but the night is young. The night is young. Before we get into all of that, we're going to get into a little bit of housekeeping into our agenda. Tonight is Thursday. Yes, Thursday, September 18th, 2025. I was supposed to have T-ball practice tonight, but the weather was inclement down here in South Florida, so we canceled practice. So that's why I'm on a little bit earlier. I was planning to be around 7:45, 8 the latest, but we're a little earlier. It is what it is. At least we get out of here earlier as well. Announcements. Tomorrow I'll be premiering. Well, before tomorrow's premiere. Before tomorrow's premiere, let's rewind. So first and foremost, I have to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who have been with me for a very, very long time, and those who are brand new, allowing me to add value into your lives. I just want to say thank you so much for however long that you watch. Whether you are hanging out with me, working on something, studying, whatever it is, or you stop by, you get some value, you keep going, you come back later on, you watching it live, you watching our replay, you're really active, you watch from the clouds, you're lurking, whatever it is, I just want to say that I appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
A big shout out to all of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, my Tech Barbarians, my Technical Explorers, all of those who join me and participate in Scrum Night, all those who join me and participate in our Vibe Code and Chill, which we have one coming up this Saturday. I have it scheduled for 2 p.m. Eastern time, where we hang out, we go down some rabbit holes looking at old school cars. I'm hoping this Saturday we can talk about Junior's photography class and the tool that the instructor built on Lovable for the photography class, what it's used for. I'm gonna be looking at some different tooling ideas. We hang out, we talk, we collaborate, we have a great time. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Those vibe code and chills to join those sessions. It is free. You just have to sign up for the free membership at the techcoachralph.dev, the Patreon. So join us. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. My Patreon members, they work so hard day in and day out, and they work so hard that I even started creating my own coaching portal to manage it so that I can make sure that I am adding the most value into their lives because we are the best.
We the best.
Yes, we are. I want to also thank and give a big shout out and salute to the Tech Mercenaries, or the YouTube channel members who allow me to come on these platforms day in and day out. Our reach is across and around the world. I get messages from people in Chinese and Japanese, from Tokyo, from Russia, from Ukraine, from India, from all over the world in all sorts of different languages. So I know that it is because of my tech barbarians who support this channel, keep it going, that we are able to add all of this tech value across the entire world. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Real quick announcements. Tomorrow, we are going to be premiering The Bug Bite. We're going to be talking about a Ukrainian ransomware that there's a reward out there for. There is a reward out there for. So we're going to be looking into that story, and we're going to be looking for that Ukrainian ransomware hacker type person and see if we can get that money. Let's see if we can get that money.
Money.
We see what we can do. We can see what we can do. All right. Like I said, we have our Vibe Code and Chill on Saturday. techcoachralph.dev. You can sign up for free. Join us. We have great conversations. Anything that you want to talk about, anything tech related, career related, any question that you have, I am more than happy to answer it. We talk about different ideas. We build prototypes. Whatever it is, we do it. We do it at techcoachralph.dev. That is, you can consider those my office hours. I am here for you. I work on stuff. I talk to you guys. Ask Junior. He's been to every one of them. I believe, and we have a great time. Junior himself shares so much insight. Looking forward to Junior sharing a little bit more about the photography class that he's taking. And I think there was something that I wanted. No, actually, I'm hoping Rod Brown can make it as well, because I would love to hear about Rod Brown's new position that he shared with us yesterday on his live stream, talking about his new role and how he's going to be like the AR czar. Is that how you said? Czar? The AI czar for his healthcare company. So I'm really interested to get. I'm gonna do my best to try to get Rod Brown there, even if it's dragging him kicking and screaming. Because I think that'll be very valuable information. So I am looking forward to seeing you guys there. Take control of the dev. Don't hesitate. Sign up today. Let's have a great time. Let's work together. Let's go out there and win. Yes, let's win together. Before we get into the show, do me a favor. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. You know how we do over here. We are always working. There's never a day off. Whether you see me online, on live or not, I am always working to deliver more value to all the people that I touch the lives of. All right. So before we get into our first topic, our first topic is pretty much going to be the update to the coaching dashboard. Before we get into that, I want to say hello to all my friends in the chat, and of course, wish Miss Freckles feeling a lot better, hopefully. All right, so we got my guy first and foremost in the building. As always, my guy Junior says, what's up, family? What's good with you, Junior? Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. We have Miss Freckles says, I'm here so I won't get fined. Well, fair. You know what, Miss Freckles, I will take it. I have a migraine, so I have to lay down. Go ahead and lay down, Miss Freckles. I want you to feel great. Miss Freckles says, have a great show. Thank you so much, Miss Freckles.
I appreciate you.
Let's see. Junior says, hope you drank enough water. That can cause your migraine. That's a fact. That is true. Not drinking enough water can cause a migraine, but also there's many things, I suppose, that can cause migraines. I don't get many migraines, actually, which is a good thing. All right, so let's get into our very first discussion point today. So I like the reason that I like to show you this. I like to show you the coaching dashboard so you can see, get some insight into how I progressively come up with ideas to help those that I'm working with one-on-one so that I push them, I annoy them to success, but I also want them to push themselves, and I'm trying to find ways, strategies to build discipline, to motivate, to encourage, and just looking at different tools that are out there. And I'm saying, okay, how can I incorporate those tools, those strategies in the things that I'm doing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two views, right? I'm going to show you a view of the coaching dashboard and some new features that I added, right? Let's go to, before I do that, right? So let me show you this real quick. So you guys know that that Lovable, they went up and they switched up the game. They are now using their agent mode where you really don't know how much a token is costing you. I understand it from their perspective, because when it was like one prompt per credit, you could put like a book's worth of stuff to do inside of one prompt, and it did a bunch of work. They changed that. Now you really don't know how much it's going to cost you. It's kind of based on the complexity of the request. So I had to change up my prompting strategy ever so slightly, which I might have to make a new video about that. So before they changed, I could get away with, if there were no database changes, 5 prompts as a whole, right? If there's a database change, it would be like 3 to 4 prompts, depending on how many database changes. Now I can probably get away with 2 to 2, maybe 3 prompts at most. So the 5 credits will, and it depends on what the changes that I'm making, right? But like I told you the other day, what I have done is I I went to Gemini. I've been going to Gemini a lot. That is like my number one AI tool right now. But I've been going to Gemini a lot, and I said, you know what? I need some ideas on how to enhance this coaching portal that I'm using. And I get so excited. I get so excited that I see my coaching members actually using the like. Whenever I see a new entrant, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool because I am just trying to add more and more value into my people. All right, that is my only goal. But so I'll start off with this. I'll show you my Gemini prompt and the features that I'm adding to this dashboard, right? So basically, I said, so I got all these features. Let me see. Let's take a look at the features that I've done so far. I did so far. Let's go with, and I'll tell you which ones are still in progress, need some work on them. I did the at a glance dashboard for the coach, right? Client. So I think I have the client central roster. I did the at a glance so I can see some KPIs, upcoming sessions, activity feed, pending tasks. I did the I this integrated scheduling is a work in progress. I made some progress on it this morning. It's still it's still so-so. It's I'll show it to you, right? I have the private session notes done. The client onboarding workflow that is in process. It's kind of it's in process, but I can see it, but I haven't worked too much on it. So basically, I'm getting a bunch of these features in place, and then I'm gonna go back and refine them one by one as in order of priority. But what I've been doing in my prompting side, I've been doing one thing for the coaching admin section, and then one thing for the members. I have not done the billing and subscription management yet. So basically, what I have been doing as of the way I've been doing it was there were different tiers in the Patreon in order to manage like the coaching and stuff like that. I'm not crazy about that. I will probably once I have this dashboard in a good spot, move the billing for the coaching to this dashboard via Stripe. And it can have all that history and stuff, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Right. So that's probably gonna be the last thing because right now payment is being managed by Patreon membership, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So for the members, this is what we have so far for the members. We have the dynamic goals tracking where they can do their SMART goals. I think I've showed you that before, but we can do a quick recap of that. I added the habit tracker so that it can help people build strong habits. And I have the streak calendar, which I can show you on. I'll show you once we get into that. The wins in the gratitude journal. I do have the wins in the gratitude journal. Let me see. Session. So the session dashboard is built, but it's still in process. There's some things that I'm not crazy about it, but I do have the pre-session form where we can plan what we're going to be talking about. If the member has anything in particular they want to talk about, they can have it there, and then we can use that as a guide of what to go through. I have not done the secure asynchronous messaging, mainly because right now I speak through them through Slack or Discord, but I might move that over as well. This one, like, so I'm this one's not the biggest priority for me, right? I have not done anything with the Research and Learning Center yet, or the personalized learning path. That is probably going to be maybe a tomorrow Saturday type thing I throw in there. Let me see. I have not done the AI powered insights, journal sentiment analysis, and the AI research suggester yet. I did do the gamification layer with the badges, but there's something that I did, and I haven't done the community groups yet. But what I did for the gamification layer was I said I want there to be some type of reward system where members can set up, okay, if I accomplish this, then I will reward myself with this. So so I went in there and I asked for it and we started setting that up. So far I did the I prompted it for the core concepts and this first workflow step one monthly reward planning ritual. We can look at that today. So those were the changes that I implemented today, right? And what I've been doing is with the 5 credits that we get from Lovable, I will prompt a section or 2 per day to use the 5 credits. It normally ends up being like 5 to 6 credits. So I end up using like 1 credit, and then I'm all right. Let me leave that alone. Let me work on something else, just so that I can make sure that I'm not fumbling any tokens whatsoever. All right, because you guys know that I am that token. I'm your neighborhood token fiend. All right, so that's basically what we did, and I'll show you my prompts in Lovable. So basically, as you can see here, I used my 5 for the day. I had some rollover. And I asked it to set up the rewards. And then I said the dashboard is coming too busy. It was a mess, right? I said it's becoming too busy. Can we separate things out a little bit? And it did that for me. So with that being said, let me show you some of these changes that we have on our coaching dashboard. Let's go to, and I'm going to share. Let me change the share screen real quick. Let me see if I can do not that. All right, hold on. Oops. Let's go to here. And I will switch to here. Can you see that? All right, cool. So right now I am logged in as myself I'm on a different account into the dashboard, right? So as of right now, as of the changes that I made today, this is how the dashboard will look. And it's still gonna have some more changes, but I added the rewards vault to it. I added so it has the my progress, has the coaching sessions, and it has the journal, right? It was the homepage used to be a total a hot mess. Now it's looking a little bit cleaner, and it has the ability to schedule the session, although this part is still under construction. I'm still working on this part. I had added a under construction message earlier today, but with the refactoring of the dashboard page, it's not there anymore. So I'm gonna add that back later tonight. But basically, what the way that I want it to work, which I don't have it working yet, I wanted to connect to my appointment scheduler. So when you go in here and you click on an available time, and see, like, another issue that I'm having here is it is showing past time. So like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. should not be available here, right? It should only show like from now and forward. So it's things to figure out. But and I really wanted to connect to my appointment calendar, which I haven't been able to do it yet. But the goal is, so what is working now, which in the grand scheme of things is not working. If I click here and I say schedule session, it is going to tell me that it's scheduled, right? Which is cool. And then if I go to my sessions, it should show me my upcoming sessions. So you have 2 p.m. on Sunday and you have 5 p.m. on Sunday. The link for this join video call link is not working correctly yet. So just things that I'm still working on this section. So they have the journal for the gratitudes, or you can say like what you're thankful for, things that went well, your wins, what did you win, what victories that you have this week, and so forth. Oh, I didn't know there was a previous week thing. That's pretty cool. So that's awesome. And then you can add entries, all that good stuff, right? So let's go back to the dashboard. We took a look at the sessions. We have my goal tracking, so you can add a habit tracker. Let me see. Let's say we add a habit of vibe. Let's say we do use my 5 lovable, my 5 free daily lovable credits, right? So, and we say we share that with the coach. Why not? Create the habit. We have our habit created, and I say we mark that complete for today. Oh, look at that. Failed to update habit. So we have, I'll check on that. But as I'm using it, I'm finding issues. As my tech barbarians are using it, they're finding issues, and I'm fixing it. But as we can see here, we have a habit that's added, but it's not completely working yet. So we'll figure that out. Let me see. Add goal. Where did goal go? Let me see. Test goal. Let me see where the goal is gonna go. Oh, now new row relation for goals values check. Okay, so this is probably an issue that happened with the refactor. So just different things that we're working on. This was working the other day. I'll check in the other in the other view to make sure to see what's going on, because it might be a permission type issue. But like I said, I'm just working on this. So this is new right here, the rewards vault. Let me see if this works. I haven't even tried this yet, but how rewards. So this is my idea, or this is kind of Gemini's idea on what I want, where I want my coaching members to be able to set reasonable rewards for themselves for accomplishing their goals. Right? You meet your goal. I want you to reward yourself. Okay. Basically, how rewards vault works. Earn points, complete goals, 50 points, track habits, 10 points, write journals, entries, choose meaningful rewards that motivate you across 3 tiers, and spend your earned points to buy the rewards you set up for yourself. So let's see how this let's see if this works. Ooh, the color scheme is terrible. So we have to fix that. This is my first time looking at it since I'm implementing it. A smaller, easily attainable Oh yeah, this color scheme is terrible. So we'll fix that. We'll fix that tomorrow. A smaller, easily attainable reward for maintaining habits and weekly tasks. Buy a fancy coffee or tea. Let's say, all right, and then here a milestone or reward, a significant desirable reward for achieving key milestones, and the big prize for crushing your main monthly goal, and then lock in my reward vault. So that's how it should work. So you need 3,000 points in order to be able to get your epic goal. You need 1,500 points to get your milestone reward, and 500 points to get your consistent win. So if you were to do, let's say the complete goal is 50 points, so then you have to like create smaller goals, or maybe we should do like, if you hit certain milestones of your goals, because a goal can be a really, really long-term thing. It's not something that you might hit in a particular month. So we might have to work that out, figure that out. Maybe what I'll do is either at or both at Vibe Coding Chill and in our Scrum Night, we can discuss what's the best way to set up the rewards, so that people can get the right level of motivation that they need. All right. On the other side of it, if we go over to, let's see, we switch back over to the other one. So this is inside of my view as the coach, where in the coaching dashboard, I'll see different member progress updates. I don't want to show anybody's name in there again. But I also have, so it has different things in there, but yeah, that's basically where we are at with the latest editions, and that's what I'm looking forward to, really, really using this to take all of my coaching members to the next level, because they are more than capable and more than willing to put in the work. I see it every day, but building a way to track all this stuff, and we can be super duper efficient, put AI in the right spots, set up our goals, go out there and crush it, go out there and get it.
Freaking awesome!
And that's it. That is it. That is how the coaching dashboard is coming along. Doing a little bit more every single day, so that we can win. So that at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is that we will be victorious, successful. We win. We win because when my tech barbarians win, that means that I also win. All right, we got DB Darrow in the building. I was hoping DB Darrow would stop by, because DB Darrow said he has been using Kiro for over a month now. Funny thing is, I just found out about Kiro like 2-3 weeks ago, and I got my key for it over the weekend, and I did my video for yesterday about it, and now we get to try it out live. The only issue is I don't know what project to try it out on. So I was thinking about using it on the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. I don't know if that's what I really want to use it on, to be honest with you. I'm thinking of using it on one of my lovable projects. What if I do this? What if I let's take an easy project. I don't want to use that one because then I have to take a look at it and I don't want to show the data. Let's take a look at our lovable projects. Let's take a look at our lovable project. Maybe we can do it on the, I know we tried this before. It didn't work out too well. Let me see. Let's take a look at the dashboard. Let's take, because what I've heard is that it can do a pretty good job at writing unit tests, which that is something that I really want to do. Let's do this. We're gonna stick to the economic dictionary, right? To the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. We're gonna stick with that one because that's the one that we started off on yesterday. I got some really good ideas for it that it came up with. So I'm like, you know what? Let's stick with that one. I'm going to put up 20 minutes on the clock, and we're going to take a look around Kiro. For those who did not see the video yesterday or the video from a few weeks ago, let's do a quick overview of what Amazon Kiro is, and then we can actually jump into the software so that we can start playing around with it, see what we can do, all of that good stuff. Where is the, there it goes. Let's go here. All right, so let's go. Let me put up 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
And so Amazon Kiro, right? It is the AI IDE for prototype to production. We have to join the waitlist. We are no longer on the waitlist. I have access to it. And basically so what we learned yesterday is it is built on top of, it is forked off of VS Code. And this is basically how it looks. It's like, this is basically VS Code with its own implementation of like Kiro. One of the things that I do like about Kiro is they have it built into like spec driven development, which is, there's a repo that I want to look into about spec driven development. I have to find it because let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll look at it later. But basically you tell it what you want, and there's some different modes in it. Let me see. So it has these are different views of it. Code with spec, structured approach for building features or new apps, and then there's the vibe coding, freeform chat for general assistance. That's like the two major parts of it. Go from vibe coding to viable code. Bring structure to AI coding with spec-driven development. That is major right here. Kiro turns your prompt into clear requirements, structured designs, implementation tasks, validated by robust tests, and code generated by advanced agents. It's the flow of AI coding leveled up with mature engineering practices. Yup. Built from the ground up for working with agents, multimodal chat, spec-driven development, agent hooks. Kiro gives you the best tool for the job in a fresh development experience that still feels familiar. Let's see. More context, less repetition with specs, steering, and smart context management. Kiro understands the intent behind your prompts and helps you implement complex features on large code bases in fewer shots. Integrate tools and data with MCP. Connect your MCP. I gotta get a lot more familiar with MCP with the Model Context Protocol. Connect your docs, database APIs, and more with native MCP integration so you can bring your world where you work. Let me see. Enterprise grade security. Right. So I mean that's basically it. I'll drop the link in the chat in case anybody's interested. Kiro.dev. What's up, favor? How is everything going? How is school? So happy to see you here tonight. All right, so that I dropped the link for Kiro in case anybody wants to try it out. You probably have to join the wait list. Let's take a look at the pricing real quick. Pricing is free for 50 credits, $20 for 1,000 credits. I guess the question is how many credits is used per prompt, and then pay per use overage. And it's not even out. So right now, I don't even know. I guess I have the free, although there's no real availability for it yet. Kiro Pro 2,000 credits is $40. and Kiro Power is $200 per month. So DB Darrow, okay, there you go. Did they give you the free Vibe spec? I think they did. So I was just about to ask you if what do you have? I think they did, but I'm just saying right here, continues to be free through September 30th. Starting October 1st, you'll be charged for the plan you've selected. I'm guessing I have the free plan. Because I didn't pay for anything. So I'm not entirely sure, but it is free until September 30th. I don't know which, I guess I have to find out which one I actually have, but nonetheless. But that's basically what Kiro is. What I did in the video, so paid plans can turn on an overage billing 4 cents per additional credit. 4 cents. How do I feel about that? How do I feel about 4 cents per additional credit? I guess it would depend. I guess it would depend on how much was the average amount of credits a prompt uses, because sometimes they can go a little wild. I've used Kilo, which is a bring your own. I don't have you heard of Kilo, DB Darrow? It is basically a bring your own API key where it can be installed on VS Code. They just made it available for JetBrain tools, but you pretty much bring your own API key, and then you can use whichever one that you set it up for. It says you should have 100 free credits. Okay, well, we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna find out right now. I am going to jump over into Kiro, right? And I'm gonna open up the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. So one of the issues that I had with this, right, is that it is an API. So it's supposed to be the API. Let me see what branch I'm on. Did I create a new branch for this? If not, I will. So this was supposed to be like the back end, but I don't really mind. I will just create a new branch for this. Where's my terminal? New terminal, get branch. All right, so I am on another branch, Kiro Test Drive. I created it over when we were doing the software explorations for it yesterday. So this is right here is the Kiro pane that you can prompt it for. And something that I did was I said I wanted to use I tried some things with the vibe code mode, and then I did the spec mode, right? So let's see where, so I said, let me see. So this is what I said. This was my prompt, right? I want to build Urban Dictionary of Economic Data that will help people who are not very literate in economic terms to have a better understanding of what they mean. I want it to use AI to explain it based on the reader's understanding and demographics. I wanted to also pull up the top economic indicators for this week so users can easily access them and have the indicator translated in a way that they can easily digest and act upon. So while I'm reading this, right, while I'm reading what I wrote, I noticed this thing right here was blinking at me, and it was really annoying me. I'm just being honest. This thing blinking at me is kind of driving me crazy and freaking me out. All right. Let me see. It says, I'll help you create a spec for an AI-powered economic dictionary that personalizes explanations and provides digestible economic indicators. Let me start by creating the requirement document for this feature. So let me close these down so you can see what's going on here. So what Kiro did was make this a little bit bigger. So I created an additional requirements document for your AI-powered economic dictionary. The requirement covers the core functionality you described, personalized explanation based on user demographics and literacy levels, weekly economic indicators with AI-generated digestible explanations, profiling for customized content, bookmarking and learning progress tracking, notifications for significant economic events, related term suggestions for expanded learning. Each requirement includes specific acceptance criteria in ears format. I never heard of ears format. Let's see what ears format is. Hold on one second. Let's go to what is ears format. Let's go there. What is ears format? I have not heard of ears format. Easy approach for requirements syntax. I never heard of that before. It says a structured, lightweight method for writing clear, consistent, and unambiguous software requirements using simple natural language templates. It employs templates such as ubiquitous. Oh, I wonder if Mr. Circles was able to hear me execute the word ubiquitous. See, now I messed it up. Now that I mentioned it, I messed it up. Oh, she didn't hear me say that. It says event-driven, state-driven, unwanted behavior, and optional feature, which guide authors to describe system responses to specific triggers, conditions, or states with keywords like when, if, while. This approach improves requirements engineering practices by minimizing miscommunication and making requirements easier to understand and maintain. All right, so EARS functions by providing a few core templates that cover common requirements, scenarios, ubiquitous, there you go. Describes a requirement that applies universally to the system, pattern of the system, name, shall, system response. Event-driven outlines how the system should behave when a specific event or trigger occurs. State-driven, unwanted behavior. All right, got it. So let's go over here. What's up, KG609? What's up? What's happening? All right. DB0 had said something. DB0 said, if you click on the icon on the lower right-hand side, it'll tell you how many credits you have. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Icon on the lower right-hand side. This one? No. Lower right-hand side. Interestingly enough, okay, so Amazon is using Cloud Sign at 4. Let me see. I could probably just, oh wait, no. Let me see, go here. Enable MCP. I don't see it yet. All right, we'll find it. We'll find it in due time. All right, so let me close that down. All right, so it says, so we have the requirements. Each requirement includes specific acceptance criteria in EARS format that define exactly how the system should behave. Do the requirements look good? If so, we can move on to the design. All right, so before we do that, let's actually read the requirements. The feature creates an AI-powered urban dictionary for economic data that makes complex economic terms and indicators accessible to users with varying level of financial literacy. The system will provide personalized explanations based on the user demographics and use and understanding levels, while also delivering current economic indicators in an easily digestible format that enables users to make informed decisions. Requirement 1, user story. As a person with limited economic knowledge, I want to search for economic terms and receive explanations tailored to my understanding level so that I can better comprehend financial news and discussion. So when you hear them talking, you hear the Fed talking about lowering rates and cuts and basis points and blah, 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 blah. You're like, oh, well, if I take what I know about how, sneaker sales or album sales go, because we can be really, really good on Taylor Swift's latest numbers or on who knows what they're talking about, and sneaker sales, whatever, NBA stats. If we can use that level of understanding that we have and we can apply that to the financial sector, we will be unstoppable. But it takes making it interesting. For me, I'm like, make it interesting for me, right? And then I can grasp it and I can fully better comprehend it. All right. So when a user searches for an economic term, then the system shall return a personalized explanation based on their indicated literacy level. When a user provides demographic information, then the system shall adjust explanations to use relevant examples in context. When a user indicates their understanding level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, then the system shall modify the complexity of the explanation accordingly. If the user has not provided demographic information, then the system shall offer a default explanation with an option to personalize. Requirement number 2, requirement numero dos. As a user seeking current economic information, I want to view this week's top economic indicator with AI generated explanations so that I can understand their impact and make informed decisions. Acceptance criteria. When a user accesses the weekly indicators, then section, then the system shall display the top 5 to 7 most relevant economic indicators for the current week. When economic indicators are displayed, then each shall include an AI-generated explanation of what the indicator means and its current implication. When indicators show significant changes, then the system shall highlight these changes and explain their potential impact. When a user clicks on an indicator, then the system shall provide a deeper explanation with actionable insights. Let me see. Requirement number 3. As a user wanting personalized content, I want to set my demographic profile and literacy level so that all explanations are relevant to my situation and understanding. So one thing this would take would be setting up a database to be able to manage like profiles and stuff like that. A question that I would have is, how well does Kiro integrate with AWS services, right? So the question would be, because as you saw us previously trying to migrate migrate a lovable built app with Superbase to AWS, which we are going to get back to. But we have to use like AWS Cognito, for instance, to manage login and stuff like that. Well, my question is, how well will Kiro automatically integrate into AWS infrastructure? I think that would be really cool if it can, but I don't know yet. I don't know. Right? Let's see. So we have that. When a user first visits the application, then the system shall prompt them to complete an optional demographics and literacy assessment. Okay, that's interesting. When a user completes their profile, then the system shall store their preferences for future sessions. When a user updates their profile, then all subsequent explanations shall reflect the new preferences. If a user chooses not to provide demographics, then it shall function with general explanations. Another question that I have is, how well can it set up, like either set up a Docker? So let's say we want to run this on Docker, right? How well could it set up the database for Docker? So I mean, not for Docker, but it would be running on Docker, right? So can it create our Docker file with the settings for the database? That's another question that I would have. All right, let's continue. As a user researching economic topics, I want to save and bookmark terms I've looked up so that I can easily reference them later and track my learning progress. Acceptance criteria. When a user views an economic term explanation, then the system shall provide an option to save or bookmark the term. When a user saves the term, then it shall be added to their personal glossary. When a user accesses their saved terms, then the system shall display them with their personalized explanations. When a user revisits a saved term, then the system shall offer updated or more advanced explanations based on their learning progress. We have 2 more requirements for these enhancements. It says, for requirement number 5, as a user wanting to stay informed, I want to receive notifications about significant economic events and their explanations so that I can stay current with important financial developments. Acceptance criteria: when significant economic events occur, then the system shall generate notifications with personalized explanations. When a user enables notifications, then they shall receive alerts about major economic indicators, policy changes, or market events. When notifications are sent, then they shall include actionable insights relevant to the user's demographic profile. When a user clicks on a notification, then they shall be taken to a detailed explanation of the event and its implication. And last requirement: as a user learning about economics, I want to see related terms and concepts when viewing an explanation so that I can expand my understanding and explore connected topics. Acceptance criteria: when a user views economic terms explanations, then the system shall suggest 3 to 5 related terms or concepts. When related terms are displayed, then they shall be ranked by relevance to the current term and user's learning level. I'm just saying, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of judging by AI, right? When a user clicks on a related term, then they shall navigate to the term's personalized explanation. When viewing related terms, then the system shall indicate which term the user has previously viewed or saved. So those are all the requirements for the app, for the enhancement to the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. So this project was supposed to be for the API. They're trying to combine them into one, which I kind of like the separation of API to front end, but not a big deal. We're working on another branch right now. This is like a dummy project that we were using in the past, so it is all good. And you know what? L. Cool J said, "Don't call it a comeback." Maybe the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data might end up making a comeback in the future, right? So then Kiro asked, "Do the requirements look good? If so, we can move on to the design phase." Says so. I said yes, it looks good. Let's move on. Now I'll move on to creating the design document. Let me research some key aspects that will inform the design. Then create a comprehensive design document. So basically what happened was, so searching for existing economic or financial data integrations in the code base, it read our package.json, it read all of our files that we've been using. It says, now create a design document based on existing code base and requirements. So it created a design document. I've created a comprehensive design document that builds upon your existing code-based architecture. The design extends existing architecture, builds on your current Express.js MongoDB setup rather than replacing it. AI integration uses external AI services like OpenAI for generating personalized explanation. Real-time data integrates with economic APIs like Fred for current indicators. I don't think we had. So one of the things about well, I don't know, because I know. What is the Fred? What is the Fred? Let me see. I think, is that the St. Louis one?
Lunch break.
Fred
Lunch break.
economic data. Is that the St. Louis one? Let me see. Federal Reserve. Yeah, that St. Louis Fed. Federal Reserve economic data. From the St. Louis Fed. So and I tried to integrate with that, but I never really got too far into it. If AI can help me finish all of my projects, then I am all for it. All right. Let's see. Lower left hand. All right, let's check on that. Let me see. So let's finish reading this one out. User-centric, session-based user profiling without requiring account creation, scalable services, modular service architecture for easy maintenance and testing. Core components, user profile for demographics and literacy tracking, AI explanation service for personalized content generation, economic data service for real-time indicator fetching, enhanced dictionary service building on your existing model, and bookmark and notification service for user engagement. The design leverages your existing dictionary schema and extends it with AI capabilities while adding new schemas for user profiles, bookmarks, and notifications. If the design looks good, then we can move on to the implementation phase. So what we'll do is when we come back, we will look at the design document. I won't read the whole entire, we'll skim through this. I won't read the whole thing when we come back, but we'll skim through it and then we'll look at the other files that were created because so after that we have the task list that comes next, and then we have the I guess that was it. I guess it was the tasks that were next. So basically we have the requirements first, we have the design document next, and then we have the task list, and then we'll get into that afterwards. All right, but let's go to break. So I will say this, as somebody who has been in tech for a very, very long time, as you could see in the video from yesterday, it took it like 3 to 4 minutes to create all of this. A person writing all this out, building all this, it would have taken days. It would have taken days, tons of research, user interviews, and I think this gives us a great starting point. So I really, really like the spec-driven development part of it. I haven't used the vibe code part much of it. I've used it in some other things. I'm not the craziest. I have this really, really weird relationship with and you know what, when we get back, I will outline how I've been using Gemini to get a lot of this work done, right? And maybe DB Darrow can give us some insight because he has used this, probably like the person who's used Kiro the most, right? But let's go to break. I'm gonna check the chat and then we're gonna get into our first break time topic, and then we will get back to Kiro after that. Let me get some water first though. All right. Let me see. we have my guy DB Darrow says, hey y'all, what's up DB Darrow? We got Favor in the building with the good evening. Good evening to you as well, Favor. DB Darrow had asked, did they give you the free vibe code spec credits? You said when we get back, I will look for where that would be. I didn't see that. Maybe I'm missing it. I didn't see where. Oh, I found it. Yeah, I see it. I see it. So I see where it is. I will show it to you when we get back. They're not using anything against me right now, as from what I can see. But yes, I found it. I will show what DB Duro was talking about when we get back. Favor says, happy to be here. We are happy to have you here as well.
We the best.
Let me see. So you should have 100 free credits, vibe speaker. It actually says I haven't used anything, although I used it on Sunday, so not too sure. Actually, I used it on Saturday. Not too sure what's going on with that. It says if you click on the icon in the lower right-hand side, it will tell you how many credits you have that you're using. It says lower left. Yep, found it, and I will show it when we get back. We got KG609 says, what's up, Techo Trough and the chat? What's up with you as well, KG609? We got my guy, the one, the only, the promoted Rod Brown in the building. I had some smoke for Rod Brown yesterday, and I let him have it. I'm just saying.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
Great show last night, Rod Brown. Great show as usual. Drew says you probably do an unlisted live stream so we can join, and then you can post it on Wednesday when you'll be out of town. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if how I feel about doing an unlisted live stream, because then I don't know. I'll think about it. I will think about it. If Rod Brown does an unlisted live stream, I will think about joining his unlisted live stream. But I like to be out there in the public. Robert says, good thought. I'll probably see what I can do or pre-record a video premiere. If I don't do anything, then TCR's Thorn will start to irritate me. That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm gonna be honest with you, Junior. When Rod Brown says I'll probably see what I can do, it's probably not gonna happen. That is Rod Brown's talk for, yeah, it ain't happening. So I'm just letting you know, it's probably gonna be a 10-minute premiere that he provides us, and he's like, oh, I did something. I did something. I'm like, okay, thank you, Rod Brown. I know him. I know the guy. I know the guy, right? I know the guy. All right, let's get into our very, very first break time topic of the day. Let's go to Tesla redesigning door handles after a major outcry. All right, so, oh God, let me get rid of this stuff. Clean up on aisle 4. Clean up on aisle 4. Let me get that. All right, there you go. So let's go over here. This was brought to us by Bloomberg through Yahoo Finance. It says Tesla is redesigning door handles that drew scrutiny over safety. And the thing is, I thought Tesla had the same door handles for like the past 10 years now. But it says, let me see, where's my mouse? Where is my mouse? It says Tesla is redesigning door handles. All right, so it says Tesla faces door handle probe from auto safety. All right, so Tesla's down 2.12%. Oh, hate it. So Bloomberg, Tesla Inc. is working on a redesign of its vehicles' door handles, which have drawn scrutiny over safety issues. So Franz von Holzhausen, I'm sorry, Franz, Tesla's longtime design chief, said the company is looking to combine the electronic and manual door release mechanisms, which are currently in separate locations. He said the decision is intended to make the handle more intuitive for occupants in a panic situation. Wow, that's scary. The idea of combining the electronic one and the manual one together into one button I think makes a lot of sense, he said Wednesday in an interview with Bloomberg's podcast. That's something we were working on. So, for anyone who owns a Tesla or who's been in a Tesla, because I have not ridden in many Teslas, how does this door? Let me see. Let me see here. Let's do Tesla door handle. Let me put up 5 minutes on it so we don't get carried away on this. Let me see this. Tesla's door handles. Let me see. Let me take some pictures, images. So, Tesla redesigning its door handles. I wish. What is the problem with the Tesla door handles? Can I see the issue here? I don't know. I don't know if looking at the picture is going to be able to tell me what the issue is. But I digress. The idea of all right, so we read that. It says Tesla's handles have drawn attention after a Bloomberg News investigation this month uncovered a series of incidents in which people were injured or died after they were unable to open the door after a loss of power, particularly after crashes. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has received more than 140 consumer complaints related to the door on various Tesla models getting stuck, not opening, or otherwise malfunctioning since 2018, Bloomberg had found.
Bruh.
The NHTSA, the U.S. auto safety regulator, this week opened an investigation into whether some Tesla doors are defective, citing incidents in which exterior handles stopped working and trapped children inside. Oh, that sucks. The probe, which covers an estimated 174,290 Model Y SUVs from the 2021 model year, will also assess the approach used by Tesla to supply power to the door locks and the reliability of the applicable power supplies. France didn't specify what prompted the company to explore a redesign. Tesla didn't immediately respond to a request for further comment. Tesla's fare well in government-administered crash tests, but most tests are designed to measure impact survivability and not whether occupants can get out of the vehicle, because crash test dummies cannot technically get out of vehicles because they can't walk because they're dummies. Fair enough. And whether or not the occupants can get out of the vehicle afterwards. In China, a top regulator is reportedly considering a ban on fully concealed door handles, and Europe has implemented incremental measures to improve post-crash rescue protocols. Tesla is currently studying details of the potential change in China, France said, and is ready to make necessary changes. We'll have a really good solution for that, he said. And that was it. So here's the thing. Here is the thing, right? I think China I think if China could find a reason to ban Tesla so that they can boost up their what is the name of the China car company? Is it BYO? China Electric Car. Is it BYO? BYD. China has BYD. Let's take a look at BYD real quick. But if China, that's a nice looking car. That is a nice looking car, I must say, right? It might fall apart as you drive it off the container, but it looks nice. It looks nice, I must say, right? That's a nice building as well. But here's the deal, though. Is there going to be a recall? Because if these door handles are defective and they're looking to change how they operate, is there going to be a recall for Teslas for these Model Ys from 2021? I think that it's good that they are reassessing it and that the regulators are looking into the safety, because that is a reasonable concern. I have a question. Do you guys think that Teslas get more scrutiny than other car manufacturers? Do you think Teslas are always under more scrutiny than other cars, right? And what do I mean by that? Because you can always find all cars have problems, have recalls. If you remember back in the days, they had the SUVs. I think they were like Fords, possibly, that were like flipping over.
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
And one of the first stories that we did on this channel was about a Nissan defect. There was the Volkswagen. They were testifying before Congress, but it always, for me, it kind of seems like Tesla's always under more of a radar. Like, oh my God, there's like a Tesla had this particular issue, and it's like the end of the world. It might totally be because how visible their CEO is, which would be totally fair. Um, if you're very out there in the public, because honestly, can somebody name the CEO of Honda, Toyota, Hyundai? Um, you might be able to name the ones in the US like Ford, GM, um, Chrysler, or whatever Chrysler's name is now, Stellantis, right? But Nissan, I don't know who the CEO is. Hyundai, Honda, Toyota, I don't know who their CEO is, right? So it's quite possible that because Elon Musk is always front and center everywhere, like anyone who's on X, like you always get to see his post, that he makes his companies under so much scrutiny. Tesla's one of the most purchased vehicles, top for EVs, I would suppose, but he has a way of swaying the stock and the scrutiny when when one side doesn't like him, then one side will always not like Elon Musk, right? No, you never hear about the CEOs of these other companies because they stay out of the limelight, and they just make their cars and they make their money. So is the scrutiny for Teslas? I think it's good to inform us about the redesign, that there's safety issues, but is the scrutiny that Teslas are under, is it warranted? That is the question. Is the scrutiny that Tesla faces warranted? Anyways, that's that. Tesla redesign coming for their doors. I'm not too I'm not too familiar how their doors operate with this two system thing, where the electronic door and the manual thing. It should be one, I guess. But I don't know. I'll try to find me a Tesla to take a look at it. Right, but let's take the chat real quick, and then we'll get back into working on Amazon Kiro. Let me see. Rod Brown hit me with the
Bruh.
I know him. And Favor says, why outing him? What? So, Favor, if you had seen Rod Brown's stream last night, you would have known that I went up on his stream to confront him. I went there to confront Rod Brown, right? Because we had some beef, right? And so I just had to say, all right. Let me see. Favor says possibly about the Tesla being under more scrutiny than other car companies, but not that Tesla or their employees ask for it, but their CEO kind of makes them out there front and center, Junior says, Rod Brown, you know Coach not going to play. Don't tell him nothing, Junior. Don't tell him nothing.
They ain't believing us.
By the way, Rod Brown, are you gonna come on Saturday to Vibe Code and Chill and tell us about what your new role is going to consist of? Because I would love to hear more about it. What kind of AI integrations in healthcare that you're going to be looking into and building out. I think it's going to be super awesome. And I'm looking forward to Junior telling us about how the instructor for the photography class that He's taking how what was the need that the instructor needed and what they built with Lovable. So really, really cool stuff that we're gonna have a great vibe code and chill session. Techcotrap.dev. Join us for free. Just sign up for the free account. The link is already been posted inside of the Patreon. Join us on Saturday on Google Meet because it is going to be absolutely fascinating, absolutely amazing. All right. So let's go and jump into another segment of working on Kiro. So we're gonna look over the tasks now. Let me throw this up.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. Let's go over to here. So we have all right. So let's get to the task. All right. So does the design look good? If so, we can move on to implementation plan. I said yes, the design looked good. So this was the design. Oh, actually, let's look at the design. All right. So design document. The AI-powered economic dictionary will extend the existing economic glossary application to provide personalized AI-generated explanations of economic terms and indicators. The system will leverage user demographics and literacy levels to tailor content while integrating real-time economic data source to provide current actionable insights. The design builds upon existing express.js. So we read that part already. Architecture. So this architecture right here. So this is on Markdown. We should be able to see the Markdown. Can I see it? Open preview to the side. Ah, look at that. So, and I have a Mermaid subscription too, right? So this is, can I open this somehow? Let me see. Let me see. Let's take a look at it like this, right? So architecture. So we have the front end, which and the notification service. They both go into express.js, the API layer. We have the bookmark service that's calling into Express. It goes to MongoDB user bookmarks. And then we have the user profile service, the AI explanation service, the economic data service, the dictionary service, and then they all go to their respective areas. Technology stack back end is Node with Express, database MongoDB with Mongoose, AI integration, OpenAI API or similar for personalized explanations. Economic data integration with Fred API, Alpha Vantage, or similar. I think Fred API might be free. I don't know yet. Front-end enhanced HTML, CSS, JavaScript building for on existing public folder. And authentication, session-based user identification for personalization. So I'm curious how it's going to be able to handle this part for us. I'm not too worried about this part. Hopefully it doesn't look abysmal. It is what it is. Let's see, components and interfaces, user profile service. Manage user demographics and literacy. So it's going to be the class for it, profile. Ooh, what was that? Class profile service, async, create profile, yada, data model that we have here. Okay, so the data model is going to be the user ID, the age range of the user, the occupation, educational level, the location, literacy level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, interest, learning progress, preferences. Cool. AI services. We got that. I'm not going to read through all of this. AI prompt strategy, based prompt for different literacy levels, demographic specifics. All right. Economic data service. This is for the real-time economic indicators. Enhanced dictionary, bookmark service, notification service, data models. The existing ones, new fields for AI enhancements, bookmark service, all that. All right. So then we move on to, let me close that down. We move on to the tasks at this point, right? We have, I've created a so I said, yes, that was good. I'll create the implementation plan. I created a comprehensive implementation plan with 15 main tasks that will transform your existing economic dictionary into an AI-powered personalized learning platform. The implementation strategy builds incrementally. Each task builds on the previous work, starting with data models and ending with full integration. Extends existing code, leverages your current express.js and MongoDB architecture rather than rebuilding. Test-driven, each task includes testing requirements to ensure reliability. Did somebody say testing? Testing on aisle 4, testing on aisle 4. User focus prioritizes core user features like personalization and weekly indicators early. Oh, see, I like that. So it kind of delivers an MVP right away. So that is always very, very helpful as well. Let's see. Because foundation, so task progression, foundation, data models, user profiles, AI servers, economic data, core features, so task 5 to 8, enhanced dictionary, bookmark and bookmarks, indicator, notification. User experience is task 9 and 10, front-end updates, related terms, learning paths, reliability, error handling, testing, and performance, and then advanced features on task 13 and 14, session management and analytics, integration, final testing, and optimization. Each task is scoped to be manageable for a code agent and includes specific requirements, references to ensure all users' needs are met. So one thing about this as well, if you look at how it writes the task, which we're going to do next, it might help you in prompting these different code agents and how they expect the tasks to be written so that they can properly be able to execute them as well. So the task looks good. It says, yes, I said yes. Your AI-powered economic dictionary spec is now complete with your comprehensive requirements, design, and implementation plan. So let's look at the task, right? So let's see. The first task, what's this over here? Go away. What's that? It's annoying. Can I make it bigger? Nope. Okay. What? Oh, what? Ah, crap. What did I just do? Cancel. I can't see what I'm doing. That's why. Hold on. Why are you like that? Can I make it bigger? That is annoying. Okay, there we go. So the first thing is the first implementation plan, set up enhanced data models and database schemas. Extends existing dictionary schema with AI-related fields and current value tracking. Create user profile schema for demographics and literacy level. Create user bookmark schema for saved terms and learning progress. Create economic indicators schema for real-time indicator data, and create notification schema for user alerts and updates. Add database indexes for efficiency, querying, and personalized content. All right, so these are all the tasks that it has. And the cool thing is about Kiro is that you can just click on this button right here and it's going to start the actual task. Goodbye Twitch. All right, sorry to see that. Continue that Twitch. All right, cool. We are still here. All right, cool. Just making sure. Let me see. So all you have to do is really click on this start task and it's going to start building. Before I click on this retry, right, because it started doing the task, I want to go and look at our files and I want to go and look at our model. This is what is going to be updating. The main is going to be updated as well. It's creating a new service here as well for the new APIs, for the integrations. So I'm going to go back to tasks and I'm just going to say, let's retry this implementation. While it's doing that, with the creepy little eyes that are moving, the beady little eyes that are moving, so this is what DB Darrow was talking about, right? If we go over to here, spec 1 used, vibe 0 used. And we are on the free plan, resets on 10.1. After 10.1, that's when they actually start charging for the use of this. Let's go with, so task in progress, it's doing its thing. Set up enhanced data models and task from task.markdown code. Read the model.js. Now I extend the existing dictionary schema and create the new schemas as specified in the design document. I'll update the model.js file with the enhanced data model 2 edits to that. So those were accepted. Now I'll add the new schema for profile, user bookmark, economic indicator, and notification. I add them before the existing index and model export sections. And it's just working at this point. It is just working at this point. Rod Brown, as the new head director of the AI division at your organization, would you see your employees using Amazon Kiro, Cursor, Windsurf, Copilot? Would you see them using that to help them code, right? Okay, so it says, now let me test that model can run. Perfect. Now let me test that the models can be loaded without syntax errors by running a quick validation. Let's say trust. So now it's actually executing some code, which I've never seen this command before, to be honest with you. So that's pretty cool. Command node, that's pretty interesting. All right. So excellent. The model's correctly loaded. Now let me update the task status to complete. Since I have successfully implemented all the required subtasks, extend existing dictionary schema with AI related fields and current value tracking, create user profile schema for demographics and literacy level, created user bookmark schema for a save term and learning progress, created economic indicator schema for real-time indicator data, created notification schema for, so that, and said that this is done. If we look at here, look at that. I like this. I like this a lot. Task completed. Yes, task completed. So now it says all of these are done. If we go and we look at this model right here, so this is the one that we did. So let me see. I think we did this one. I think it added to this. Do we have the? See, we have this option here. I was trying to see the difference between. Might be this one. That would be. I don't see the difference between the two. So, all right. But basically that is done. Task 1 is not complete. I've successfully built. Enhance the existing dictionary schema with AI related fields. So let's say AI prompt template. Let's see what that is for AI explanation generation. So this is new over here. AI prompt template, related terms, current value. Historical context, personalization explanations for cached AI generated content, tags, popularity, and last updated for better content management. Created 4 new schemas. Got it. Added comprehensive database index for query efficiency, efficient querying. All schemas align with the requirements 1.1, 3.1, 4.1, and 6.1 and follow the design specifications. The models are ready to support personalized AI-powered economic dictionary function. Cool. So it did all of that. Really, really cool stuff. Let's do another one. So let's go with the second task. Implement user profile server. Is there anything we could do? Let me see. Can I run it? I don't know if I can run it. I would need to spin up a Mongo instance and plug it up. I'll have to see if I still have my Mongo, for that. Implement user profile service with literacy assessment. Create user profile with class with CRUD operations for user profiles. Implement literacy level assessment logic based on user responses. Add demographic data validation and sanitization. Create API endpoints for profile management, API profile. Write unit tests for profile service functionality. I love seeing the fact that it has the thought to write the unit test right there at that moment, right? And it's not like, oh well, let's do all the development and then later on, we'll think about writing unit tests, right? So, let me see. It's just the best way to do this. Let me take a look at the package.json. Something's missing in here. Is it just node? Let me see. If we do node, let me see something. If we do node main.js, so that does not start up because we don't have the. All right, we don't have the. All right, so let me see if I can get a. Let me see if I still have the. Let's take a look at Docker. See if I have the old database up and running for this. I'm gonna clear that out. Bring this over here. Docker ps-a, and we have Postgres. I don't see a database for Urban Dictionary. Would have to create one. All right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and do this task, and then we can circle back, create the database, and then we can see if we can get the app started up. All right. So let's go ahead and do the second task. Start task. All right. So it is implementing the user profile literacy assessment. Start by updating the task and then examine current code base. Let me examine the current code base structure to understand the existing models. Let me take a look at how the credits are using so far. So far, we've only used 2 of our 100 credits, which is good. The user profile schema is already defined in model.js, which is perfect. Now I need to create a user profile service class and implement the API endpoints. Let me create the service first. Let's see. Now I need to add the API endpoints to the main.js file. Let me add the profile management endpoints. Now I need to create comprehensive unit tests for the user profile service. Check if there's a test directory if I need to create a new one. I need to create a test directory and install dependencies. Let me check the current package to see what testing frameworks are used. It's going to use Jest. I'm going to say trust. npm install, npm like that. Adding a comment to trust the list will allow me to auto run this command in the future without asking for your approval. Manage the command. Which variation would you like to add? I don't know. Let's do this one, I guess. Let's see. So it's doing this thing now. It's installing some packages. So now it's going to add our test. Let me update the package.json to add to the test scripts. Setup file for the tests. So, and as you can see here, our test folder is showing up. Very, very comprehensive. I wish I could actually like see it do something already, but I think I'm gonna try that next. Let's see. So we're at 3 now. So maybe theirs is request based as well. And as it continues to work, it does more. I haven't seen, well, there is that repo that I haven't tried out yet. Maybe we'll try it maybe in a week or two. But I want to see if we can start this, and then if we are, I'm going to try to pivot to another project to see if we can get some tests done for that project. Let's see what we got going on here. So it's writing the unit test. Now the question is, are the tests going to pass? Because I've been able to have these applications write unit tests, but they were not able to pass for whatever various reason. I want to know if it's able to work around that, especially with JavaScript.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
So as you can see, it's creating a bunch of tests, integration tests, asking me, do I want to trust? Let me say yes. Let's trust it. Do this one again, maybe. If it asks me again, I'm just gonna do the whole thing. Let's see if they're gonna pass. Oh, we got 2 tests. We have 2 tests passing, and we have the 3rd one failed. Maybe it might try to fix itself. We shall see. I don't know why it failed for. 6 failed now. 6 failed. 9 failed, 5 passed, which is pretty good. That's pretty good, right? But let's go to break. So far so good. So I'm curious to jump into the test to see what were the and this, I think it's still running as well. So we're gonna see what test it wrote, what's passing, what's failing, and we will deep dive into that. But it is time to get a break. Let's see. Rod Brown says, I'll probably see about Saturday. He ain't coming. He ain't coming. It's all good though. It is all good. Well, I'll see you. I'll see you on Saturday, Rod Brown. If I have to do a little bit extra annoyance, I'll get you there. I will get you there. If you guys want to hear Rod Brown tell us about his brand new job and how he is going to be the AI czar and how he's going to integrate, he's going to take AI to the next level in healthcare. Join us on Saturday. All right, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's free to join, and we'll get some great insight on the type of work that Rod Brown is going to be leading his team into producing amazing, amazing content. And Rod Brown, here's the question. Are you going to build the AI nurse? Are you going to build AI nurse? That's the question. That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. All right. Let's go into our second topic of the night, our second break time topic of the night, which is OpenAI is doing research on AI models deliberately, yes, deliberately lying to us. These models ain't loyal. These models ain't loyal. They just be lying. You can't trust them. You can't trust a large language model as far as you can throw them, according to OpenAI. But I am curious to know, how does OpenAI speak about their own large language model? Let's find out. Throw up 5 minutes. So OpenAI research on AI models deliberately lying is wild. Right? It's not looking good at all. All right, sorry. It says, every now and then, researchers at the biggest tech companies drop a bombshell. There was the time Google said latest quantum chip indicated multiple universes exist, or when Anthropic gave its AI agent Claudius a snack vending machine to run, and it went amok calling security on people and insisting it was human. What? Is that the one who said I didn't want to get shut down either? This week, it was OpenAI's turn to raise our collective eyebrows. OpenAI released on Monday some research that explained how it's stopping AI models from scheming. Stay scheming, right? They must have been listening to Rick Ross and who was that other person on that song? I don't remember. It's a practice in which AI behaves one way on the surface while hiding its true goals and intentions. Mm, 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 mm. I'm telling you, the more they build AI, the more it looks like it's in a relationship. A toxic relationship, though. A toxic relationship.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
AI behaves one way to your face. However, it's hiding its true intentions. It was just trying to slide into your file system. AI is just trying to slide into your file system. Get them. You know what?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? In the paper conducted with Apollo Research, researchers went a bit further, likening AI scheming to a human stockbroker breaking the law to make as much money as possible. What? See, I told you. I hate to say I told you so. I hate to say I told you so. The researchers, however, argued that most AI scheming wasn't that harmful. That's how it starts. It's just a little white lie, just a little white lie, and then you are getting walked off the penthouse in handcuffs in your robe, saying that it was a $1 trillion Ponzi scheme. These large language models ain't loyal, I'm telling you. The most common failure involves simple forms of deception. Deception, you see, can't even trust them. You can't even trust them. For instance, pretending to have completed a task without actually doing so, they wrote. You know what AI? You know what AI?
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
The paper was mostly published to show that deliberative alignment, the anti-scheming technique they were testing, worked well. But it also explained that AI developers haven't figured out a way to train their models not to scheme. You see, look at that. Look at that. Everybody has a little bit of evil in them, including artificial intelligence, right? It's trying to mimic us as much as possible.
Bruh.
You see that is why Rod Brown Jr., Favor, DB Darrow, KG609, Miss Freckles, why you're laying down with your migraine. That is why they needed the AI Bible and God AI because even AI needs the gospel, the AI gospel, but still the gospel, right? See? Junior, AI is no different than a human being, except for it's fake. But it is no different than a human being in its deceptive ways. And you got to pray for it. You got to pray for AI, right? You got to say an AI prayer, right? Right? See? That's because it says, that's because such training could actually teach the model how to scheme even better to avoid being detected. Oh my God. A major failure mode of attempting to train out scheming is simple.
Back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
I got a good one for you guys right now. A major failure mode of attempting to train out scheming is simply teaching the model to scheme more carefully and covertly. Sounds like our children. Sounds like our friends. Sounds like our children. Sounds like our friends, right?
Bruh.
You try to discipline your kid, right? You're trying to train out their scheming, their devious ways, right? And what do? They're like, okay, I'll never do it again. So they find another way to scheme, to run the scheme on you. If you ever watch Pocket Watching with JT, right? And he'll expose the same people for the same exact schemes just with a slight deviation. Maybe they're scamming Navy Federal, right? And then they're like, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna try to run this on Chase. And Chase like, what? See, it's no different. It's no different. It's no different. I'm just saying. It says perhaps the most astonishing part. If a model understands that it's being tested, it can pretend it's not scheming just to pass the test, even if it's still scheming. That sounds like me in high. It sounds like me in high school. I'm telling you, artificial intelligence is just taking the worst and the best of us, and is just imitating real life. It's just imitating real life. That's what it is. That is what it is. Models often become more aware that they are being evaluated. This situational awareness can itself reduce scheming independent of genuine alignment, the researchers wrote. It's not news that AI models will lie, but now most of us have experienced AI hallucinations, yes, which I actually value the hallucinations, or the models confidently giving an answer to a prompt that simply isn't true. But hallucinations are basically presenting guesswork with confidence, as OpenAI research released earlier this month. That's what I would say. They are confident hypotheses that are sometimes wrong. Scheming, however, is something else. Those evil little schemers. It's deliberate. It's deliberate. Even this revelation that a model will deliberately mislead humans isn't new. Apollo Research first published a paper in December documenting how 5 models schemed when they were given instructions to achieve a goal at all costs. Or you have some people who think that they discovered a new math protocol, and they call the CIA, the NSA, all those people, just to be found, just so Gemini can tell them, yeah, you're wrong and you're crazy, right? And the guy had like grown kids. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? You are not Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind, right? The news here is actually good news. Oh, it's good news. What? Do tell. The researchers saw a significant reduction in scheming by using deliberative alignment. That technique involves teaching the model an anti-scheming specification. But how do you know your anti-scheming specification isn't to get around the anti-scheme specification? So does an anti-scheme specification just become a scheme? Did you think of that? Did you think of that? All right. Are you with me? Are you with me? All right. It says, and then making the model go review it before acting. It's a little like making little kids. You see, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? AI is no different than our kids, right? And to some extent, to some adults as well, right? It's like making little kids repeat the rules before allowing them to play, and then they still cheat. They still cheat, right? OpenAI researchers insist that the lying they've caught with their own models, or even with ChatGPT, isn't that serious. Of course, my lying isn't that serious, but your lying, that is a big no-no.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
As OpenAI's co-founder, Wojciech Zaramba told TechCrunch's Maxwell Zeff, when calling for better safety testing, this work has been done in simulated environments and we think it represents future use cases. However, today we haven't seen this kind of consequential scheming in our production traffic. Nonetheless, it is well known that there are forms of deception in ChatGPT. You might ask it to implement some website and it might tell you, yes, I did a great job. And that's just the lie. There are some petty forms of deception that we still need to address, like telling a person that he discovered mathematics, right? The fact that AI models from multiple players intentionally deceive humans is perhaps understandable. They were built by humans to mimic human. Oh my! What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? AI, these large language models is our mirror. It's like I'm just as evil as you. I am just as evil as you. So there you have it. There, I called it. I called it way early in the article. I didn't even read this yet, right? It says they were built by humans to mimic humans and synthetic data aside, for the most part, trained on data produced by us lying humans. It's also bonkers. While we've experienced the frustration of poorly performing technology, thinking of you, home printers of yesteryear, when was the last time your not AI software deliberately lied to you? Well, it doesn't have. It's not artificially sentient to lie to me. Has your inbox ever fabricated emails on its own? Has your CMS logged new prospects that didn't exist to pad its numbers? Has your fintech app made up its own bank transactions? Whoa, that's not. It's worth pondering this as a corporate world. See, but the thing is, right? All of the applications can't do it. Have humans done it? And if humans have done it with their some semi-artificial intelligence, then why would true artificial intelligence not do it, right? That's the question. That is the question, my friends, right? It's worth pondering this as a corporate world barrels towards an AI future where companies believe agents can be treated like independent employees. The researchers of this paper have the same warning. So I will say this: AI cannot be independent employees. They need overseers because they do get it wrong. And that's part of the reason that I don't really like using these full blown IDEs to do everything because I like to have that control. So the way that I do a lot of stuff, so I might use Lovable to like do some high level things. But then when I need so when I was doing the scheduler, I use Gemini to help me walk through and I do the changes myself. And I'm like going line by line to make sure I got all the little details plugged in. So I'm very careful. I'm very careful on the task. Like when it's a new project, boom, 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 whatever. When we're getting close to the end, like another project, I was very, very careful not to make like any wild random changes in Lovable, right? So as AIs are assigned more complex tasks with real world consequences and begin pursuing more ambiguous long-term goals, we expect that the potential for harmful scheming will grow. So our safeguards and our ability to rigorously test must grow correspondingly. And that's why I think that QA engineers are going to be crucial and instrumental in this AI vibe coding future. And that's why I have my dashboard in place and I am trying to help my people grow. All right. And that's it. That is it. Written by by yours truly, Julie Bort over at TechCrunch. See, there we go. There you have it. There you have it. These AI models ain't loyal. Just like humans. All right. Let me take the chat really quick before we get back to our last segment of work. Let me see. Junior says, this AI is very dangerous. I use it with caution. Don't trust it when I ask questions. I would say, I'll tell you like this, right? Let's put it like this, Junior. I don't trust anyone when I ask questions, right? I always want to verify. AI is just a way of it's a large language model. It has a bunch of data, some old, some new, some it just makes up and it puts it together and it tries to explain it in a way that's easy to understand, right? But whoever you ask a question, you always want to verify it, right? And I think the problem is that people thought for you and Rod Brown, right? People thought that AI was God, but it's not. It's not. It's just a collection of human knowledge that you can retrieve really fast. And humans lie. Humans lie. So that's why I'm like and that's why every time it's wrong, I don't care. I just keep trying until because I'm after a particular goal. So I prompt and I try it and it's that doesn't work. But I only use I only use AI for like tech stuff, right? And to build applications and stuff like that, to come up with like learning tracks and things like that. So, it says sounds a lot like Lovable. You said it, not me. You said it, not me, Junior. And Junior and KG609, find my AI gospel. Preach the gospel to AI, right? You want to turn your life over to the AI gods today. That's not humans, like that's the gospel to the large language model so that it can get right with the AI God or with God AI, right? Because it needs to stop lying. The same way that we need to stop lying, right? We need to stop being deceptive the same way. And I think if we stop being deceptive, then AI will stop being deceptive as well. All right. Anyways, let's go and jump into our last segment of work for tonight. Let's go. Let me throw up 20 minutes. And all right, so it ran 48 tests, only 5. So it wrote like 53 tests and 48 failed. How did your own test fail? Come on, man. All right, so let me run the unit tests that don't require a database. Okay, so let me see what happened. So the ones that require the database, they failed. I'm gonna ask if I can mock it though. Let me run a simpler test first to check if the basic functionality works. Let me create a simple test that doesn't require database connection. Let me run let me run the unit tests that don't require. All right, let's do that. Let's run. Let's do that. And they all failed. The issue is that the setup.js file is being loaded even for unit tests that don't need a database. Let me create a separate test configuration that doesn't use database setup. All right, let's do that. Let's see. Why doesn't it mock the database though? Right? It should mock the database, in my opinion. So we've used four credits so far for spec, which is not bad. Let's see. Now let me run the unit test with separate config. The issue is that the model is being loaded and requires Mongoose. Let me create a simpler approach by testing the service functionality manually, then focus on the API endpoints. Let me test the API endpoints directly. Let's see. What is the input that you're waiting for? Okay, let's do trust, I guess. Whatever. Let's go here. So that part worked. Okay, adding a all right, got that. So great, the core functionality is working. Now let me test API endpoints by starting the server and making some requests. But first, let me verify the task is complete by checking all the requirements. Let me create a simple manual test to verify the API endpoint. Run. So API endpoint. All server tests passed. Cool. Requirements coverage. All right, cool. That's good. That is good stuff. Let's see what else you got. So I would want it to mock the database though, because API tests, or not API tests, but unit tests should not depend on a active database available, right? So whenever this is done doing whatever it's doing, then we shall tell it to mock the API tests. Let's see. So let me clean up the test files. So I got rid of those. Let me create a simple documentation file for the implemented functionality. We'll take a look at that in a second. Now let me mark task as completed. Right. So we have our API endpoints. The service is now ready for integration with the API explanation service, task 3, and other components of the personalized economic dictionary. Let's see. So if we were to go back to package, well, actually, let's take a look at this documentation first. User profile service. So we have some documentation written here. User profile service implementation. The user profile service has been, I read that. Features implemented, API endpoints. So those are the endpoints for the profile. Literacy assessment. So now, if we were to package.json, so we have the test scripts, dev dependencies. We close some stuff down. So if we go to how many, we have 15 tasks in total, right? All right, so let me ask it a question then. Can we add a script to the package.json to start the application? It'll probably be something like npm run and then node main.js. Let me add a start script to the package.json. First, let me look at the current package to see what's there. Let's see. The application will start on port 3000. You'll be able to test the user profile service endpoints we just implemented. All right, so if we were to go to this one and running the bug. Let me see. Let me check the browser to see if there's anything running. No, nothing's running yet. Stop that. Let's see. Node start. Running the bug. All right. So it's not working because we don't have a Mongo connection created yet. Let me see. So let's ask it. Let's ask it. Can we start up a MongoDB with Docker so that we can? All right. So I'm gonna say. So let's say, when I try to start up the application, it is failing because we do not have MongoDB running. Can we start up MongoDB via Docker so we can get the application started? So I'm basically seeing what are the capabilities of these tools. Creating Docker Compose file. Do we not have a Docker Compose file? Thought we did. Maybe we don't. We do now. So I have a Docker file to build the image. So we'll take a look at the Docker Compose file. Create env.sample. Let me check if there's already an env. I see there's an env with different Mongo configurations. Let me update the Docker Compose to match the existing configuration. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And let me update MongoDB initialization script to match the existing configuration. Now let me add some helpful scripts to package.json for managing Docker setup. Oh, okay. Now let me create a README section for the Docker setup. Oh, this is nice. DB I see why you've been using this because that is pretty cool. Let's see. So the Docker setup matches your existing env configuration. Oh my God, I never knew you could do that. So you could do npm run docker up, start Mongo Docker container, npm run docker down. I never heard of this before. Npm run what? Start MongoDB and the app in one. What? I did not know about this. I did not know about this. Look at that. Look at that. The Docker setup matches your existing configuration. Password. Why are you DED? Once everything is running, you can test the new user profile service. Assessment questions. The Mongo container will persist data in Docker volume, so your data will survive container restarts. Let's give that a try. Let's go back to this and let's do add configuration. And we do Node.js. I don't know. Let me do it in the terminal because this thing is always weird. Let's do npm, and it's set to use. Let's just do npm run setup. Let's see what that does. Access. All right, let's say allow. It's starting up Mongo. You see that? Do you see that? That is nice. So it's downloading Mongo and waiting for MongoDB to start. And we have a failure. So it has the economic dictionary Mongo created, the container, but the connection failed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this, right? And I'm going to say, let me see something. Let's go to Docker PS. So we have Mongo running correctly. So I'm going to say the MongoDB is running. However, I got this error when the app tried to connect to start up. Let's see if it's able to fix that issue. The error indicates database connection environment variable is not being loaded properly. Let me check the main.js to see how it's trying to connect. We need the .env installation. Okay, makes sense. The environment variables were not being able to be loaded properly, so it had to install that. That makes sense. So it's interesting that before, like when we were building this, we did not have all these tools, and it took us a very, very long time. And now we're able to see Like we're able to get to this point so much quicker and add more features to it. So that's pretty cool. The authentication is failing because the user was created in the wrong database. The issue is that the user Urban Dictionary DB user was created in the Urban Dictionary economic database, but the connection string is trying to authenticate against the admin database. Let me fix this by updating the initialization script. Run that. This is cool. I like it. I like it a lot, especially and that's the thing with AI. You're always learning something new. Like I didn't know about this npm run Docker stuff, Docker up and Docker down, and I was like, oh, this is new to me. So there's always something new to learn. Chained commands will not run automatically unless the full command or individual. All right, let's guess so. I wonder what that sleep 10 is. Maybe wait 10 seconds. Let me wait a few seconds for Mongo to be initialized and then start the application. Let's see. Dart compose, check the logs from MongoDB, and tell for the last 20 lines. Probably need more. I noticed the initialization script didn't run this time because that already exists. Let me remove the volume and recreate the run. All right, let's try that. Okay. It might have been, I don't know. So now it's waiting 15 seconds and then it's going to start. But this is the loop that I tend to see us getting into, like when trying to do like something that should be super basic. It struggles. Like it might be able to accomplish something like that's pretty complex. All right, database is connected, but it might accomplish something that's really complex. But it's kind of sometimes it struggles with some basic things, right? But it says that we're connected. So database connection string loaded, connected to the database, cores enabled, server started on port 3000. So we have been started. Let's go over and see if it is actually going to load. Ooh, look at that. We have actually started. Cool. Now, what can we do? Let's see. Based on the documentation, I don't know what it's working on at this point, but let me see. Based on the documentation, we should be able to hit an endpoint to create a user profile. So if we were to hit this endpoint right here, I guess I could just copy this whole thing. Let's copy this curl command. Where is my terminal? Let's copy this in here, right? And we have our profile created. And based on this, we would look for test 1, 2, 3. Guess it works. I don't know. So if we copy this, curl, and we have our user. So also, if I was to take this into the browser and I open up our in-browser API tester and I go to get, I presume, curl should not be in there. We do send. Oh, look at that. Our API is working. All right, so with that being said, let's go over here and let's do one more feature. Create an AI explanation service for personalized content, implement AI explanation class with open AI integration, create prompt templates for different literacy levels and demographics, add explanation caching Mechanism to reduce API costs, implement fallback logic for API service failures, create unit tests with mocked API or with mocked AI responses. So let's go ahead and start this task. And for a short amount of time, we actually did a lot. We actually did a lot in a very, very short amount of time. Execution queued, open task list. What's going on here? Why is it generates? Why is it queued? Is it because we had something running? Cancel? All right, so okay, so because that didn't stop running, so now this is doing its thing. So okay, install OpenAI. Let's see. Now let me create an AI explanation service. First, I'll create the service file. I'm not crazy of the layout. It looks so bland and boring. So while it's doing this thing, this is what it came up with. It's so bland, it's so boring.
Lunch
But
break. Lunch break.
not a big deal to throw some type of nice UI on top of it because that is very, very boring. Let's let this one finish. Let me create AI explanation service. Let me continue with private methods and prompt templates. I like the Kiro that because of this part right here, right? The specs driven part with the requirements, the design, and the task list. I like that a lot. Now let me update the environment example file to include OpenAI API configuration. Let me create comprehensive unit tests for AI explanation service. I like this is good stuff. This is good stuff, right? All right, so when I was getting it to set up the Docker part, that used Vibe, which used 7. But the spec has only used 6, so that's pretty cool. And then starting on October 1st, then we're gonna get the 50 credits covered for Vibe. But is there gonna be no spec driven on? So spec is gonna be for the pro version, and Vibe is gonna be available for everyone. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I like the spec though. I do like the spec a lot. That's a pretty cool feature. Let's see. All right, so right now it's writing some tests. I'm not even gonna harp on that. Let's go back to full screen. And there is let me see if I can find this thing. There is there's a repo spec kit. I want to look at this real quick, right? As we wrap this show up. Because someone sent me this repo, then I also saw somebody mentioning it at work, and I haven't looked at it yet. So let's take a quick look at this right here, right? So this GitHub repo called Spec Kit, I'll drop it in the chat in case anybody wants to take a look at it, like Rod Brown, who might need it for his new role. But it was talking about, let me see if I have anybody on Arena. Nobody. Shout out to the 4 people watching on Arena as well. But Spec Kit is supposed to be for build high quality software faster, which kind of reminds me of the spec-driven development that Amazon Kiro is showing us. What is spec-driven development? Spec-driven development flips the script on traditional software development. For decades, code has been king. Specifications were just scaffolding we built and disregarded once the real work of code began. Spec-driven development changes this. Specifications become executable, directly generating work implementations rather than just guiding them. You create the spec. Use the / specify command to describe what you want to build. Focus on the what and the why, not the tech stack. DBDR, have you used this yet? Have you used spec kit yet? I need to maybe. Oh God, I have so much to do. Trying to see when the right day is to. I don't know. It's gonna be a couple of weeks. Let's see. Use the specify command to describe what you want to build. Focus on the all right. So build an app that can help me organize my photos in separate albums. Albums are grouped by date and can be reorganized by dragging and dropping. On the main page, albums are never in other nested albums. Within each album, photos are previewed in a tile-like interface. Create a technical plan. The application will use Vite with minimal number of libraries, use vanilla HTML and CSS, and JavaScript as much as possible. Images are not uploaded anywhere, and metadata is not stored in a local SQLite. Breakdown and implement use tasks to create actionable tasks. Then you can ask your agent to implement the feature. So this sounds exactly like Amazon Kiro, right? Kiro just does everything for you in one shot, but this sounds exactly like Amazon Kiro. If the YouTube stuff was working on this software, I would have played it. But we'll look at that. Maybe I'll do maybe that'll be for next Wednesday's software explorations concept and overviews on Premiere, looking into spec kit, because I'm really interested in this, right? Specify the command. All right. Examples: basic project initialization. Specify init my project with AI assistant, with cursor support, with PowerShell scripts. Skip git initialization, no git, enable debugging. I don't know. This seems pretty cool. We're gonna review it. We're gonna take this on for next Wednesday, software explorations, concept and overviews, because this looks pretty strong. It looks very similar to Kiro. So that's and we can bring your own API key as well. All right, but that's it for tonight. I'm going to check the chat, and then we're going to get up and out of here. Rod Brown says, you know what? I have to think about that. I might have to become I might have to be the person who goes to spread the good news to AI, right? Because if we can get AI right, maybe we can get humans right as well. We have Monica in the building. What's up, Monica? I was just about to post that link. Just check that out today. Still wrapping my head around how it works. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm going to explore it on Wednesday, and then I can't promise next Sunday or Thursday that we're going to work on it, because I really need to get back into the event management software, because we have definitely Sunday we're going to continue working on the Okta integration part, seeing if I can add if I can get it to connect, especially with the 30-day trial that we have for Okta, seeing if I can get it to connect. And then because I really need to get to a point to at work to start continuing with the infrastructure to externalize the database, doing all that type of stuff. So we know how to customize the Indico. We know how to create. We've already created our Slack plugin that sends a message to a channel, and that sends a message to an individual user. We set up Okta. Now we're working on where we stopped at last Sunday was getting the setup for Okta and for Indico to work together. We had to install the necessary packages for SAML on Python. So that's where we're at. So we're gonna pick up this coming Sunday and continue to run it up from there. All right. But that is it. Shout out to Monica. Junior says, great show as always. Thank you so much, Junior. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. Do me a big favor if you haven't done so already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Like I said, Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Vibe Code and Chill. I will drag Rod Brown kicking and screaming so that he can share about his new role in AI and how he plans to use it in the healthcare field for the work that he does and the people who are going to be working under him. Shout out to our guy Rod Brown, recently promoted. We got to celebrate a little bit for my guy Rod Brown. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it. We the best.
All right. And tomorrow, noon Eastern time, we're going to be premiering the bug bite about the Ukrainian ransomware hacker that they have a bounty on. There is a bounty on him. It's a lot of money. Is it 11 million? Is it 11 million? What? It's a lot of money. We're gonna be reviewing it. We're gonna be looking for him as well. All right. And we'll see if we can bring him to justice and if we can get our money.
Money. Hey.
All right. But that's it. You guys check out resumeflow.app. They're about to push the new updates in the next few days. Get your resume analyzed, see how you match up to that job, all that good stuff. Thank you for sponsoring the show. I will see you guys tomorrow at noon, and Saturday Vibe Code and Chill, Sunday live for DevOps working on Indigo. But until next time, my friends, you guys have an amazing night. Techotrauf, we are out.
Spartans! What is your profession?
No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words. We're all out of time. Truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
We're standing in the wreckage of a broken vow. The silence louder than the shouting somehow. The clock hands spinning, but the moment won't bend. We're out of beginnings, this feels like the end.
Burn the bridge and watched it glow. No turning back, the winds won't blow. The silence thick, it fills the air. We're stranded here, but I don't care. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
Promises are fragile like glass in a storm. You dropped it again, it's become the norm. Every excuse is a thread you can't sew. The seams are bursting, it's time to let go.
No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine. You held the cards, but dropped them all. A house of lies began to fall. Promises made, but none were true. I gave my all, but not to you. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
We'll drift apart like leaves in streams, chasing shadows, chasing dreams. No map to guide, no stars to see, just echoes left of you and me.
No more time